Hey there everybody, this is Shadigo and welcome to my closing thoughts video for Megadimension Neptunia V2. Hopefully this is probably going to be short, it might not be, it depends on how much I ramble since I'm kind of doing this off the cuff rather than just writing my thoughts down in a Word document, which is probably what I should do. But regardless, Megadimension Neptunia V2 is, out of all the Neptunia RPGs that I've played for the channel up to this point, this one's probably got, I probably do have to have this as my favourite, even though it does have things that I've kind of that I kind of dislike about it. Well, mainly the random encounters on the node thing, which that was never really good or fun. It just really tried to extend the game a little bit, and it was tedious and I didn't like it. And the game actually does become a lot more fun in New Game Plus once you have the ability to turn those random battles off and such. But I like the story, I like the characters. I do especially like that they kind of fixed the characterization that ended up happening with Rebirth 3, which was one of the things I'm fairly certain I mentioned that when I did Rebirth 3 that I didn't like, where just everyone just was like, well, to basically just say it's a TLDR, everybody was a bitch in that particular game, and yeah, I didn't particularly really like the characterization of those, and I'm glad that they fixed it all, especially Neptune. I mean, technically not with the other CPU since they're technically different people, but especially Neptune. They fixed Neptune, and yeah, Neptune is back to how she was, and she's happy, and Neptune is less of a butt monkey, which I also appreciate. It also helps that both Uzume and Kurame are my best girls, and you can fight me on that one, so there is also that. As far as, I should probably mention the other versions of the game. I mean, I played this on the PC, you saw some PS4 footage as well when I was doing all the EXE drive stuff. The other version I have to say about it is the Switch version, and I have played a little bit of the Switch version, and I'll give you some advice here. You might want to buy, if you've got like an OG Switch like I have. I pretty much have a day one Switch. Got my Switch day one launch. Was pretty great. But yeah, if you have one of those and you played it in console mode, I would suggest, if you're going to play this game on the Switch, buy a cooling system for it, because the Switch gets really, really hot. I believe it's the same in handheld mode as well. I've never actually tried it in handheld mode, but I know it gets ridiculously hot in console mode, so it's kind of advised that you buy a cooling system for it if you intend on playing this game. Otherwise, your Switch is very likely going to overheat and turn off as you're playing the game, potentially making you lose like a lot of progress that you've not saved in a while. I should also mention that the Switch version of the game has all the DLC included with it, barring Million Arthur. As the game came out, I think the game was ported to the Switch in March of 2020, and the lease on Million Arthur's DLC expired in January of the same year, which is why that particular DLC got pulled off PS4 and PC. But if you got them before then, you can still use them, but isn't usable on the Switch version. It kind of made me glad that I somehow managed to have Million Arthur's DLC on the PC version, which was what I was recording on pretty much all the time, because I was fearing that I had to do a little showcase thing with her. Otherwise, I mean, I would have still done that anyway, but yeah. Anyway, the last thing I kind of want to mention is the bigger elephant in the room, which is the remake of V2 that actually happened 2 years after the PS4 game was released. There's actually no real differences as far as storyline wise. I've only really played up to the first Dark Purple fight. Nothing's really changed as far as the storyline goes. You only ever have access to the true ending though. I have seen this game completed V2R. I've seen V2R be completed to completion, and yeah, there's only one ending, and it's the true ending. So we have that. It was also done on I think it was a different game engine. The actual whole thing was done because I noticed that everything felt a lot smoother. It ran a whole lot smoother at V2 in V2R than how it ran in V2. Just comparing the two, and well, obviously there's also to kind of have it. There's also VR segments in V2R, like sort of intermission segments, where you basically like interact with the 4 CPUs and Big Neptune in a series of small events that happen entirely, like an entire dimension that doesn't actually impact the main storyline of sorts. Similar to how they say things about Nep Station when you first get to see Nep Stations as well, not actually part of the storyline here. So it's kind of similar to that, and I think they all happen at the same time. Anyway. The thing is, even though it does have VR, you don't actually have to do those segments in VR. You can just do. Well, it's probably better in VR. I do actually have the PSVR, and I'll be honest, I kind of only had it exclusively because of V2R at the time. But I've actually got some other VR games for that, and I'm really loving it. I'm really liking the VR, but. Yeah, I played like some of the segments with VR, and it's pretty great. Probably a better experience than if you're just looking around just the controller, because you do have to interact with the other characters in those segments. But it's like yes or no, like type questions when they ask you, and you can just move the camera around to signal a nod or a yes for yes and a shake of the head for no. Sort of thing. So yeah, while you can play V2R in VR mode, you don't actually need to. The game's also significantly harder than V2R. V2R is actually a lot harder from in comparison to V2, especially like you go a little bit mental with the DLC. I've actually not done in either case, but. Yeah, all the items that you think you get from V2, like I think you get a weapon. Like when you're in the dungeon to rescue Umio, I think it's like the second dungeon you actually come across properly. You actually get a weapon for Netgear before the first cutscene that you're in there with, at the first event. But you actually don't get a weapon from there, and also the enemies are a lot harder. They've actually remade the combo system and how you actually get skills and abilities in that game as well. I might have some footage here showing like some of the V2R stuff whilst I've been talking about it right here anyway. I might not, we'll certainly see when I decide to actually bother doing the actual editing of the video. But yeah, the actual earning skills and stuff is basically you basically have a level prerequisite, and sometimes you might even need a move prerequisite. But everything's actually done via buying credits, and there's also a counter-attack system in the game as well, where certain skills, if you have them, if certain conditions are met, you'll instantly counter-attack with that skill, which I believe is actually used a lot in the speedrun, and actually ruin it. I believe it pretty much spoils any of the dark CPUs dies. Like I said, I've watched basically this game get completed speedrun style to the end, and yeah, I do see a lot of the counterattacks get used a lot, quite often. So yeah, kind of a good idea to buy those if you're actually going through that particular version of the game as well. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, I really like this game. I don't know if I will do V2 out, and like I said, it's the exact same story that we've already been through. It's actually just going through the true end without actually getting all the true end requisites, because they're all mandatory at this point. So yeah, probably not going to do that. I think the only time you're probably going to see V2R stuff is pretty much the footage I probably may or may not be editing into the video here, but we'll see. And yeah, that's going to be it for V2. Like I said, it's a really good RPG if you're kind of wanting to get into the series as far as the RPGs go, the Neptunia RPGs go. This is probably a good one, though ideally you'd really want to start with something like Rebirth 1 or Rebirth 2. Since Rebirth 1 essentially gives you like the intro to the characters, and Rebirth 2 is essentially like the main start of the main continuity, since Rebirth 1 is technically its different continuity. That being said, like I said, that's the mainline RPG that they've done, that Idea Factory and Combat Heart have done. So the next time I come round to a Neptunia RPG or even just a Neptunia game, is pretty much guaranteed to be a spin-off. And I don't know which spin-off I'm probably going to do. I mean, I've done a little bit of Plants vs Zombies as part of a couple of stream pods that I did a long time ago. So other than that, maybe just doing that again and just doing that. I know Neptunia Virtual Stars got released on the PS4 last week, and will be coming to the Steam. It will be coming to the Steam on at the end of the month, which pretty much dates this video, I'll be honest. But yeah, I think that they're probably like the ones that I'm probably most interested in playing. Is BB-Tuna, Plants vs Zombies, Neptunia U, and possibly Super Dimension Neptune vs Sega Hard Girls as well, since that's also another JRPG that's fairly short. Shouldn't be that much faster, but that's not going to be for a long while yet, because our next big project is going to be Samurai Warriors 4. I've kind of sort of pretty much said that like a while ago that I was going to do that. Kind of helped that the recent Nintendo Direct said oh hey, Samurai Warriors 5 is coming out soon. So yeah, it would be nice to get 4 out of the way. I mean, I've done the other 3. And yeah, after that, who knows. But anyway, that's it. I'm rambling now, being off topic. So I am going to love you and leave you. I hope you enjoyed my playthrough of Neptunia V2, and I hope if you've enjoyed this, maybe you've already seen them, or if you haven't, go check out the playthroughs of Rebirths 1 through 3. And hopefully, maybe I'll see you for whatever else I'm going to be doing next, and for any other Neptunia based games that I actually intend on doing. Take care, and I will see you. Chia!
Oh, we made it. Hey, it worked. But looks like the coordinates shifted a little. I should fix that. Yoo-hoo! It's me, Neptune. I was just fishing a little while ago, but I couldn't catch anything. Wow! You know that opening looks super clean, doesn't it? I'm a real artiste. Thanks for being such a sweetheart about it, player. I really am grateful. Ooh, I was planning on having a fish party earlier, but that plan's kinda done now. I haven't eaten anything and I'm really feeling it. Wowee, are those cream puffs? They look so delicious. Hey, can I have one? Really? Yippee! Thanks! It's good to have friends, isn't it? We are friends now, right? Right. All right, I'll dig right in. Ah, that was delicious. I'm in bliss. I've satisfied my hunger thanks to you. I think I can start fresh. Now then, I think I'll put aside fishing and start up some bug hunting. Sorry for all the hustle and bustle. I'll probably intrude again soon, so we can talk some more then. I'm gonna get going for today, though. I'll see you soon.